Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Sommerfelt, psychologist and relationship coach with the Loving Roots Project. And today I'm going to speak about emotional barriers in relationships. So first, what are emotional barriers? Well, these are invisible walls or blocks that are placed between you and your partner, where one person may be keeping up their guard and not completely open in the relationship. They're emotionally distant or shut down. These barriers can be unconscious or conscious. They prevent us from being fully mentally and emotionally engaged, even vulnerable or trusting with our partners. Intimate relationships require people to be open and trusting of one another. This is a state of being vulnerable and really taking a leap of faith. Lack of trust can be one of the most common emotional barriers in relationships. Trust issues can develop due to past emotional wounds related to childhood, negative experiences in previous relationships, or even the fear of rejection or loss in the current relationship. Often when somebody has issues related to trusting others, they can place emotional barriers around themselves as a way to protect them from being hurt in the future. But these emotional barriers are often driven by fear, and people let fear of being rejected, hurt, or failure, which is often unconsciously there, and then they can be closed off to others without even realizing it. This is especially true in relationships, in intimate relationships, because the bond and connection require a deeper amount of intimacy than just a social relationship or a friendship. When emotional barriers are present, it can prohibit the person from really building a deep connection with another person. They tend to be more guarded, standoffish, and unable to fully form a secure attachment with someone else. This affects the closeness in the relationship and can create doubt and mistrust between the parties. When emotional barriers are blocking that attachment and connection, the person can feel emotionally unavailable to the other person, and it often feels that the relationship may not be meeting the emotional needs of both parties. This can create problems and arguments within the relationship. This not only impacts the emotional health of the relationship, but also the sexual health, as deep intimacy requires trust and being vulnerable. All of these can impact the overall relationship satisfaction and happiness. But can we unknowingly put up emotional barriers and it be completely unconscious? Well, yes, we can often engage in seemingly innocent behaviors without realizing that those actions can create barriers and prohibit us from forming secure attachments and deep connections with others. This can come across as being closed, distant, guarded, and really prohibit good communication. When people have walls up, they may be emotionally unavailable, meaning they do not want to talk about their emotions, and they're uncomfortable when their partner expresses emotions to them, so they purposely put up those walls. People who have emotional barriers may tend to be more critical and judgmental of others. They do not want to put themselves out there in a vulnerable way. Therefore, they tend to focus harshly on others. Other examples of innocent behaviors that may create barriers include things like not ever initiating sex, hugging, kissing, or physical intimacy. People are often closed off to truly acting like themselves and letting their partner see all of their personality, identity, and who they really are. Many people are also not fully present in the moment with their partner or with communication. A person who has emotional walls or barriers up can appear distant, aloof, and disconnected to the present moment. And all of these things can really create distance with your partner. So next, let's discuss some tips for breaking down those emotional barriers. That'll be in video part number 2. Thank you.